Hello everybody. Today we are going to talk about the Indian paint industry. So first, let's begin by introducing my team. So we have Sopan, Gautam, Swapnil, Gaurav, Vishal, Another, and me, and Akshay. Now let's move on to discuss the market structure and the main products of the paint industry. So, talking about the paint industry, we have two broad segments, which are decorative paints, which comprise 75% of the Indian market, and industrial paints, which comprises of 25%. The decorative paint products mainly include enamels, emulsion, distemper, wood coating, putty, primers, and thinners, while the industrial paints cover automotive and refinish coating, GI coatings, protective coating, and powder coating. Talking about the decorative market, it can be again broadly divided into the premium range, medium range, and the sample range, which again targets like your metros and large cities, small cities, and rural areas, respectively. The major players in the decorative markets again are Asian Paints, Berger Paints, Kansai Nerolac Paints, and Akzo Nobel India Private Limited. Talking about the industrial paint segment, it's broadly divided into automotive paints and marine paints, and Kansai Nerolac is again one of the important names in the segment of paint industry. Now let's discuss about some of the major companies in this market.
Started in 1942. So this company was able to get a turnover of 3.5 lakhs within 3 years of its starting. Apart from that, the vision with which Asian Paint started was going to where consumer is. So basically, it gives us an idea of how much importance it gives to its logistic and distribution network. And in 1967, it was able to achieve the feat of being in the top 10 paint companies in the world. So just giving you an overview of its marketing strategy, its advertising and promotional activities began in the 1980s itself through radio, television, print, and workshops. For targeting the rural segments, what Asian Paints does is that, as we know, in India, the rural market is not willing to pay much. So for that, it has devised an efficient, flexible pricing policy, which appeals to the Indian customers. And then focusing on its products, so Asian Paints, as already has been mentioned in the PPT, it makes Asian Paints Royale for the premium segments and emulsion, apcolite, and distemper products for the economy segment. Apart from that, it covers most of the products from the painting industry, like coatings, undercoats, primers, and putties. So basically, it gives complete painting solution to its customers. Company's main success in pricing strategy is that it gives heavy incentives in its distribution network, because of which it is known to be one of the best logistics and distribution networks in the world. In its advertising strategy, Gattu, which was its brand mascot in the 1960s, created by R.K. Lakshman, it is considered to be one of the biggest hits, and it is considered to be one of the biggest hits in the advertising industry in India. So for creating an emotional connect with the Indian audience, what it uses its family connect. For example, as you can see in its advertisements, usually big families from Bollywood, like for example the Bachchan family, family of Saif Ali Khan, are usually depicted to create an emotional bond with the Indian audience. As we know that Indian audience is not that intellectual but more emotional, so this is what appeals to the Indian audience. Coming to its distribution network. So basically, it has massive distribution network spread across five major regions in the world. That is the Caribbean, Middle East, South Pacific, Southeast Asia, and South Asia. So basically, it covers more than 75% of the geography of the world. Apart from that, it has spent heavy resources on its R&D centers, which makes it one of the best logistic networks in the world. Apart from that, it has an open door policy for new retailers entering the market. So basically, that's why you can see so many retail stores available.
Louis Berger. So the Louis Berger, we have two types of paints, that is the exterior paints and the interior paints, which fall under the three categories: top and luxury brand, mid-segment brand, and also the entry-level segment. So in the top and luxury, for the interior, we have Silk or Easy Clean, which ranges around from 360 to 1000 rupees, and Weathercoat or Florentina in the exterior segment, that costs around like 320 to 450 rupees. Now in the mid-segment category, in the Rangoli, the interior section, we have Rangoli, that is 250 to 270 rupees, and Weathercoat, that costs from 270 to 300 rupees. Now the entry level segment, we have Bison or Commander, which costs from 65 to 180 rupees, and Bison from 30 to 200 rupees. Now, coming on to the topic, what do we offer more than other than decorative paints? So Berger entered the construction chemical market in FY12 with a product portfolio of cement mix plus, crack fill paste, crack fill powder, super latex plus, and latex plus, and tile adhesive plus. Now, it has increased the number of offerings under this place, which has in turn spurred growth. Now, Berger pioneered in providing express painting services to change the process of painting by offering a faster cleaning, better way to paint homes using automated tools, and completing the painting process in 40% lesser time. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the company has upgraded its process and approach taken under this service. Due to the outbreak of COVID-19, Berger has ventured into the home hygiene and safety space under the brand name Breathe Easy Plus. Then we have the protective coatings. This category contributes to around 9 to 9.5% to Berger's total revenue. The company is a leader in the high performance protective coating in India for over 45 years and supplies this range of products under the name Berger Protection. Powder coating. This category contributes less than 2% to the company's top line. Powder coating in India is much smaller segment than liquid paints. Now, general industries and automotive. The company has a joint venture with Nippon Paint Automotive Coatings Co. Limited of Japan in the form of Berger Nippon Paint Automotive Coating Private Limited. This deals with the coatings for four-wheel passenger cars and SUVs, three-wheelers, and related ancillaries and automotive plastic paints. Now, next we are going into the SWOT analysis of Berger. And now, coming on to the strength, we have the brand recognition. Being the second largest paint manufacturer gives them a healthy brand equity. Almost everybody recognizes this brand and is familiar with the products and offerings. Their rigorous campaigns have made them a household name. The second point is international market. They have international operations in few countries that include Nepal, Bangladesh, Russia, Poland, Cyprus, and collaboration with Burker of Sweden and Nippon Paints of Japan. Loyalty. Customers are loyal to Berger Paints when it comes for repainting their homes. The fourth point is efficient supply chain. They have an efficient supply chain network throughout the country. This includes seven manufacturing facilities, 85 depots, many regional outlets. They house around 2,500 employees and a massive network of 15,000 dealers. Diverse customer base. Berger caters to a diverse customer base ranging from household industries, from manufacturing to automobiles and nuclear power plants. Now let's move on to some of the weakness of the company. First one being the high dependence on one segment. Berger Paints depend on one segment heavily for its maximum revenue, and that is the decorative segment. This is not a long-term strategy, and high growth rate cannot be sustained for long. Second one, limited pricing power. Due to the duopoly in the market, they do not have a pricing power in their hands. They need to keep their prices in check with the markets going paint prices. Third one is a weaker distribution. Berger Paints is known to have a weaker distribution network as compared to Nerolac or Asian Paints, which is a major problem for the company. It needs to ramp up its distribution network far and wide, and if needed, increase its manufacturing potential to match demand. Fourth one, no premium alternative. Asian Paints have conveniently targeted a unique segment which gives high margin to the Asian Paints Royal initiative. Bergen Paints needs such initiative to get in touch with the customers and have their better sales and brand equity. Now let's move on to some of the opportunities that Bergen Paints have. First one, diversification. Huge scope for business and product diversification is available for Berger Paints. Emerging markets. Berger Paints is currently present in four countries, but only but because of its manufacturing base. But it can expand to other emerging markets too. Third one, new launches. They can innovate and invest in the R&D to come up with superior technology for the paint industry. They can also launch more eco-friendly paints and make it health-friendly. Uh, then we are moving on to the threat. Raw material prices. There are high fluctuations in the prices of the raw materials of paint. And second one is competition eroding the margins. There is a stiff competition among the top three, Asian Paints, Nerolac and Berger Paints. Amongst these, Berger Paints seems to be left behind, resulting in penetrative pricing and lesser margins. Now, this is a threat to Berger Paints.
Think of painting your house, and can you hear yourself humming? जब घर की रौनक बढ़ानी हो, दीवारों को जब सजाना हो. Nerolac, Nerolac. The age-old brand has been a part of our DNA since 100 years. Gahagan Paints and Varnish was incorporated in 1920 in the bylanes of Bombay's Lower Parel. In 1930, Lead Industries Group was established by a merger of three British companies, and 3 years later, it acquired a 100% stake in Gahagan Paints, renaming it Goodlaswall India. In 1946, Goodlas Wall acquired private limited status and renamed themselves Goodlas Nerolac. It became a part of Tata Forbes and in collaboration with Kansai Paint Company in Japan. In 1983, they acquired the entire stack of Tata Forbes Group in 1999, renaming themselves as Kansai Nerolac Paints. Nerolac paints range from a wide range of products, including interior wall paints, exterior wall paints, wood coatings, metal enamel paints, paint ancillary, adhesives, hygiene care range, to industrial paints, which include general industrial coatings, high performance coatings, powder coatings, coil coatings, automotive paints, auto refinish paints, and floor coatings. Their tagline is painting a green tomorrow. Kuch change kare, chalo paint kare. Their unique selling proposition is their one-stop solution for most eco-friendly and innovative decorative paints and industrial coatings. Their segment is middle and upper class, automotive industry, and general purpose. They target automotive brands, mainly two and four wheelers, homeowners, and engineering industries. Their positioning in the market is that they are market leaders in industrial coatings, low VOC, and lead-free healthy home paints. Talking about the strengths of Nerlac paints, their major th- one of the major strengths is that they are one of the largest coating company in India and market leader in automotive and powder coating. Being a subsidiary of Kansai Paint Company Limited, the technological edge of Kansai has helped company innovate to satisfy consumer needs in a better way. Key factors to their success are R&D, innovation, quality and aggressive branding and market strategies. Being market leaders in automotive category, they have most coveted customers like Maruti Suzuki, Toyota Kirloskar, GM, Tata Motors, HM, Yamaha, Honda, Volvo India, Ashok Leyland and many more. They have a robust supply chain network and they are entering the decorative segments category in a big way with celebrity brand ambassadors. One of their major weakness is that in decorative paint industry, customer taste perceptions change very fast and products may become obsolete with change in trends. Hence, production planning and inventory problem might be an issue. They have huge opportunities leveraging its R&D competencies. The company has good scope in developing new products with PODs which can give them competitive advantage. They have a huge scope in building perception as eco-friendly and greener brand which has been a key for Nerolac paints. They can capitalize on growth potential in rural India and infrastructure development. They have huge opportunities and expansion initiatives which can be considered as economies of scale and possibility of exporting to neighboring emerging economies when it comes into picture. Nerolac paints have threats in that stringent government rules and regulations regarding the quality of products and manufacturing facilities and environment policies are given more emphasis. Raw material scarcity and volatility in prices is another threat for Nerolac paints. Competition from national and international brands as they target India owing to its large market, especially brands like Akzo Nobel, Dulux, Asian Paints, Berger Paints, Nippon Paint, Shalimar Paints, is also considered a major threat. Marketing strategies of Nerolac has always included an emphasis on healthy and eco-friendly nature of paint. The picture shows a colorful presentation of Ma Durga in the hearts of the city and a colorful conveyor belt at the airport in Kolkata. Nerolac paints have always associated themselves with festivals and special occasions. They have sponsored IPL teams in the past like Gujarat Lions, Rajasthan Royals and Sunrisers Hyderabad. They have always endorsed popular celebrities like Shah Rukh Khan, Ranveer Singh of recent times and has worked wonders for them in marketing. Generally, they target regional language and simple communication works for them as one of the example wherein they named their campaign Isho Gori Nobo Bongo in West Bengal, where they promoted a cleaner city during Durga Puja and a fight against plastic asura. Nerolac Paints is one of the market leaders in the paste industry and we can see that they have a great future going ahead.
Hello everyone. The company that we are discussing here today is Dulux Paints. The parent company is AkzoNobel. It is a leading global paints and coating company and a major producer of specialty chemicals. The portfolio of AkzoNobels include well-known brands such as Dulux, Sikkens International and ICA. Coming down to Dulux Paints, it is now a part of world leading company. It is amongst the top in the world in terms of decorative paints category. It has continued innovation and R&D. It is also a leader in projects exterior coating in India. Coming down to the competitions in India, it is currently ranked fifth in terms of market share. The predominantly larger companies that are well ahead of Dulux are Asian Paints, Nerolac, Berger Paints, and Indigo. Asian Paints is the market leader in India and gets a major portion of its revenue from decorative segment. The reason why it has a widespread awareness as well as a market segment is because of its brand equity and distribution network. Coming down to the product portfolio, Dulux Paints distributes its products in 4 to 5 segments, that is interior paint, exterior paint, wood stains, primers, specialty paints, and specialty primers. The company has used an STP methodology in which it has segmented a few groups and it has positioned its product in such a way that it appeals to the real estate homeowners as well as construction business owners. The promotional strategy that was implemented by Dulux was mainly capitalizing during the festivals and providing the opportunities of purchasing through discounts and giving freebies to contractors. It has also implemented a huge advertising strategy and it is visible in form of promotional mix. The insight that we were able to cater from the ads was Dulux was more about a human truth about color. It gave a positive impact on our mood and lifted our spirit. The idea of Dulux selling tins of optimism with a clear new brand purpose, that is, we existed to add color. Narrowing it down to the forecasting thing, that what we have forecasted regarding the industry, a narrow down research on the particular things have made us analyze that Indian paint industry will grow from like 18 to 20% in 2022, and the unorganized sector that was managed by Dulux was 35%. Mainly, Dulux focused on its interior market capitalization, but it was near about 40%, whereas the main revenue that was channeled to Dulux, it was from the exterior market share. A few suggestions or solutions that was included from our behalf were as follows. The concerns. Before going into the solutions, a little more on the concerns that weak marketing. People know the brand, but still they go for Asian Paints because of strong presence. Being a sales manager of an area, it becomes difficult for a person to get a clue of the market, and training the employees to take a leverage over Asian Paints will incur a lot of CTC. The solution that we recommended from our behalf to Dulux were we need to go for brand visibility, aggressive ad campaigns. It should focus aggressively on interior paints. This helps in building personal contacts with the customer. It should leverage social media so that the campaigns would be wide spread on the social media websites, as well as customer can know that the whereabouts of the company. Campaigns that hit the right emotional chord among consumers. We can also include ambush marketing. We can use a visualizer app for instant preview. Also, we can target small bungalows, follow up on hot contacts, and a very niche collaboration with e-retail websites such as housing.com, Pepperfry, and other things. Thank you.
So we are looking into Nippon paints. So it was basically found in Japan in 1881. So currently it is having around 130 plus years of experience. And during the years, the business has bloomed, and now currently it is present in 30 plus countries across the world. In Asia, it is number one in terms of sales, and it is also listed in the top 10 companies in India. In India, it is a market follower, and now the product offers offered. There are industrial paints which include coil coating, powder coating, and automotive paints, and also marine paints which is used for waterproofing. And in wall paints, there are interior and exterior paints. These are also having subcategories like red oxide paints and emulsification, etc. And in furniture paints, we have wood finishes and metal finishes, which are used to protect against termite or rust, respectively, and then primers and undercoats. Before using all this, we have to give a primer and undercoats according to the needs. So there is also that present. Now, coming to the strength of the company, it provides high quality products with good technology as their backup, and also they have large color collection and latest color schemes. In weakness, when new technology or product are in the market, so they require high working capital, and also different raw materials are required, so there can be a scarcity, and also there are lot of dealers and players in between, so the profit of the company can be affected. In When we come into the opportunity, there is a rise in disposable income of the community, so it is also rising as day by day, so that is an opportunity. And there are physical incentives by government, and also nowadays, rather than a commodity, it is turned into a FMCG product, and also the price is decreasing day by day because of new technologies. When we come into the threats, there are increasing competition because of new members entering in this market, and also foreign companies can also uh, enter the market, and there is also a political instability inside the company. So these are the threats.
So we have seen few companies which constitute the major shares of the industry, but there are a few others as well who is not far behind the big players. To name few of them are Indigo Paints, Shalimar Paints, MRF Paints, Kamdinu Paints, and JSW Paints. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the sales decreased across all companies, but due to the onset of festive season, we can see improvement in the market. Also, demand has returned to pre-COVID level even in small cities and rural areas owing to good monsoon, good crop year, and government support. We have also seen companies like Berger Paints taking advantage of the COVID situation and launching its express painting services, where they go to individual homes to provide the painting service. Apart from that, um, we have seen organized domestic decorative paints industry is a comfortable oligopoly market with a few big players like Asian Paints, Berger Paints, Kansai Nerolac, and Akzo Nobel, constituting bulk of the segment with strong entry barriers. So that's all. Thank you.